Ice Spice need her ass kicked or whatever. Cause she definitely used that girl, and she definitely used that girl for her rollout. And I don't do DL men, but I'm down for a little one too. Like he walked me to my car, and he got in the car with me for a split second. He was just like, "You want to go to this sex store?" And I forgot what it was called, Tokyo Valentino. I was arguing so bad to the point where I just passed out. Hello, you guys. It is Mari back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So I've already done my eyebrows, and I did my color correction under my eyes and a little spots on my face just to kind of make sure everything's just seamless and the base is T. We gonna zaza at the same time. We got a little bro chilling in the back, so don't mind him, he chilling or whatever. If you want me to make a full and detailed updated routine of my makeup, let me know. Drop a comment down below. Drop a like on this video, as always. The first thing I'm going to talk about is Cleo and Ice Spice. First and foremost, Cleo and Ice Spice's relationship always felt kind of odd to me anyways. I just felt like it didn't kind of make sense, and it just came from out of nowhere. If you just pay attention to Ice Spice or whatever, she's so like reserved, and I don't want to say that people that are reserved are divas or maybe like have character flaws or whatever, but Ice Spice's attitude always gave that. Like, I know a lot of people were saying that maybe it was business or whatever, but I just feel like even in business, you should definitely conduct yourself in a way of just like being respectful of others, no matter if they're a part of the budget, especially for a chicken salad. Chicken salad? I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? And that's honestly very, very distasteful, even for the men, like the security guards, who even didn't stand up for Cleo. Even if you were told to not partake in that, I would have argued that, because there's no reason that any type of person, no matter what value they have for the tour, should be treated like that. I don't care if you got 5 listeners on Spotify. Nobody deserves to be treated like that, and there's no excuse for it. So everything that Ice Spice is getting, she definitely deserves it. It is what it is. You can say all you want to that it's just business, it's always like that. That's cool, but considering the fact that Ice Spice literally calls this person her friend, and we know her to be Ice Spice's friend, some people only know Cleo because of Ice Spice. From our understanding in the general public, that this is her friend, and it's not too far-fetched to expect her to treat her friends a certain way. If you're telling Cleo that you come with me, you're gonna be good, I would think that friends care about if you eat or not, regardless if you're in the budget. Like, it's just a fucking chicken salad. Like, that's crazy to me. It definitely gave Mean Girl or whatever, and I'm not surprised. Ice Spice vibe definitely does give that. Not a girl's girl. Ice Spice need her ass kicked or whatever. Cause she definitely used that girl, and she definitely used that girl for her rollouts. Just didn't want to think that Ice Spice was that type of person, because Ice Spice doesn't really show much of her personality. But I've already watched some interviews of Ice Spice, and if you looked at a lot of her interviews, I don't want to say that she doesn't have a personality, but it's very hard for her to come off as a nice person. She's never really come off as a nice person. I feel like she's just always been quiet, so people assume that she was nice. So the next thing I want to talk about is dating in Atlanta. Next year in March, it'll be 2 years I've been in Atlanta, and the dating scene here has been quite fucking interesting. So firstly, when I first got here, I do spend a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace. I'm always just looking for things on there like electronics. There are certain things that I wouldn't buy off there because I don't want everything used. I don't want all of my things used or whatever, but if it's something that I don't mind if it's used, I will definitely buy it off of Facebook Marketplace. So I was messaging this guy. I was trying to buy these mirrors when I first got here, assuming that he went through my profile and actually saw like photos and things, because in the midst of me trying to buy this mirror or whatever from him, these mirrors, two mirrors actually, trying to buy these mirrors from him, he messaged me and was just like, text me, and he sent me his number. And I'm looking like, what? But I went through his page and shit, and I was like, this man is actually pretty fine. But it was clear to me after going through his page that this man is not out. And I don't do DL men, but I'm down for a little one too. I'm single, it is what it is. I'm not talking to nobody, so let's dibble and dabble in this. Let's see what it's got going. Like, I deal with a little trade every now and then. Just don't take them seriously, because that's where you fuck up at when you take them seriously, because trade is not somebody that you want to take seriously. I'm not the type of person I can just consistently talk to somebody, screw somebody, and not catch feelings. I don't see how people do that. I can't do that.
Nope.
Talking to him on the Facebook Messenger or whatever, and I text him off his phone, and then he immediately sends me a picture of his dick, whatever, and it was big. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, it was very big, and I'm trying to buy these mirrors, and you trying to I politely declined, and I was just like, wow, they're kind of bold up here. They're very, very bold. Can we stay on topic? He was going to take the opportunity, child. Like, what business you have going through my photos if I'm trying to buy a mirror from you? Crazy. Another encounter I had, I work in a grocery store, so I come in contact with a lot of people. I'm seen by a lot of people while I'm out working or whatever. I would come across a lot of people who would just, like random people that would just talk to me. I'm out, so I try to be social while I'm out. What I get a lot from guys in Atlanta is that when I'm talking to people, I'm always trying to network, because you never know who you're talking to, especially in Atlanta. So whenever I'm talking to somebody, I always ask, what do you do for work? I'm trying to get in this. Could you help me with this? Do you have connections with this? These are the conversations that I'm having with people. But one thing that I've consistently gotten is when I tell people that I'm looking for something, they will lie and tell me that they have connections to that industry, because I ask people about modeling. I'll ask them about real estate. I'll ask them about content creation. I'll ask them about all type of things, just whatever I'm trying to get into, just whatever type of connections you have based off of what they tell me. I told this guy that I was trying to get into real estate, and he was like, yeah, I know some people that do real estate or whatever. Put my number in your phone. And I felt like it was sketchy, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a try, because you just never know. I gave the guy my number. He texted me the same day or whatever. One time you get off, let's go grab some food. And I was just like, I'm not really comfortable with grabbing food with absolute strangers. Somebody I just met in the store while I'm at work. I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not finna just link up with somebody that I don't know like that. I'm not doing that. So I declined that, and we were texting more and more, and the conversation never talked about anything real estate, which was the first red flag for me. But I wanted to hold out because I didn't want to just rush into that, even though that was the intentions when we first exchanged number. It was for that cause. The conversation always was like something else. It was, what are you doing? How you doing? We should go on a date. What are you into? It's getting very off track. I would like to think that this man didn't just get my number just to bullshit me like that. Like, you're older than me, you're like 40 something, and you're lying like that. Like, what? But anyways, so I'm texting him or whatever, and I'm wondering when the conversation is going to shift into, you know, like real estate stuff. And I'm just like, it's not doing that or whatever. I'm just trying to, you know, just be patient or whatever, just to see what it's given. Over time, I did end up eventually linking with him. I remember it was the Jazz Festival in Atlanta last year, and we went to Piedmont Park. You know, basically just go out there and just chill. He was like, you want to go to Piedmont Park with me? I'm going out here with my family, and we're just going to go sit out or whatever. You can pull up if you want to. We're already here. So I pull up, just basically just getting out the house, trying to make those connections. He doesn't even have to be real estate connections. I'm open to just like basically friends here, because I don't know a lot of people. So that's just basically what I was on. He was on something now. Once I went to the park with him, I met all of his family. It was like one of those situations where he brought me there and he was bragging on me being there. It made me feel like maybe he told them that he liked me and that he was trying to pursue me. And I was the only person that wasn't in on that. They would say things like, you got you another one. Another what? He ain't got nothing. Don't ever think that that man had a chance with this. He walked me to my car, and he got in the car with me for a split second. He was just like, you want to go to this sex store? And I forgot what it was called. Tokyo Valentino. I'm going to Tokyo Valentino later on this afternoon or whatever. You want to come with me? And Tokyo Valentino is a sex place. It's a sex store that has sex dungeon at the bottom of it. From my understanding, I've never been. Not opposed to it. Definitely would go, because I am a kinky girl or whatever. But it won't be given. I'm not going for experience with random people. I'm going for the experience to say that I've done it. I'm like, why would I want to do this with you? I'm 24. You're like 40 something. What I look like going in a sex dungeon with you? This is definitely not going in the direction that I thought it was going to go in. And then he was like, what are you into? Well, I'm into this. My stuff is big. And he just started talking all sexual. All of this in my car. He was in my car telling me all this. That's not my gig or whatever. He was like, oh, it's not that bad or whatever. You don't have to do nothing. You can just go with me. I just want some company. I'm just like, no, I'm okay. I ended up convincing him to get the fuck out of my car so that I could go, because he was going to sit there all day and just keep talking to me. I literally texted him that same day. I was just like, there's no need in us communicating anymore. The purpose for you getting my number was to connect me with the real estate. You lied. Did you not think that this was going to come back up? A lot of people get my number for the wrong reasons and they lie. And my thing is, it's like, I'm an adult, you're an adult. If we have a conversation that this is supposed to be something and it's not that, you don't think that that's gonna come back up? Do you think I'm gonna like you even more knowing that you lied to me? Talk to this Jamaican or whatever. I talked about him for a brief second in one of my videos. I like the fact that he wasn't so pushy with me. He did not know what the fuck he wanted. He was so comfortable with stringing me along and not being honest about what he wanted us to be. He wanted me to give him relationship benefits without having a title. And I sat around for about like 5 months just trying to see like where was this gonna go, where's there gonna be any type of growth. And within 3 months I had a conversation with him. I was just like, I feel like we're not growing, I feel like we're not elevating, I feel like we're not moving to the next step. You're way too comfortable with us barely talking, barely texting, me coming over there laying with you, we have sex or whatever. But it got to a point where I just felt like there was no progression, and I just kept repeating myself to the point where I just stopped wanting to have sex with him. I was feeling disgusted giving him my body. I can't show you guys this or whatever, but let's go ahead and blaze this up. I actually forgot about this. I'm glad I got the majority of my face done. Okay, so we got the little puff of that little one too or whatever. I literally had sex with him one night and I was just like, I feel so disgusted. And I just want you to know that this is the last time that you're gonna see me. I've given you enough time to figure out and sort out what you want. I'm growing more and more feelings for you, and I love you, but you haven't gotten to that point where you love me. I feel like 5 months is enough. You haven't asked me to be your boyfriend. You haven't told me that you love me. You know, it gave everything a relationship was supposed to give, but we barely communicated. We barely text, which is no problem with me because I'm a horrible texter. I'm more of a phone call person. I just feel like it's too much of a commitment to be around my phone 24/7. I don't think people even realize that. Like, the commitment it takes to constantly text every day, it's a lot. Like, phones are already a big distraction. I'm not on my phone like this every day to constantly text you back. I just could not deal with it. The stinky breath, all of that I was already dealing with. It's just like, at that point it was like cutthroat. I just wasn't feeling with it. I just wasn't fucking with it, so I cut it off. And then I had the situation with the other guy, whatever. I'm stringing me along or whatever. We got into it. Other situation, like, it's just the Atlanta dating scene is ass. Like,
2 hours later.
I kid y'all not. I literally, I bet y'all like, why the church change? Okay, so look, I smoked a little bit of that blunt and I just got high. Like, I got high. The camera died and it's literally like 2 hours. You okay? Cause you been sitting over here by yourself. You okay? You good? He good. He good. We good. We gonna keep this program going. This shit good, ain't it? He like that. Oh! Y'all gonna gag. Let's talk. I just really been feeling my puss. And it's because I cut this hair off. I was going through this relationship, talking to this boy or whatever. It was very, very toxic. He was the Capricorn or whatever. It was one night where we had got into it and it had got so bad to the point where I was trying to hit him with my car. Not for real. But I was just playing with him like I was. And he was just laughing the whole time I was doing this. And we got into it some more. And it just got really, really bad to the point where my dad was involved. Like, I called my dad and I was texting my dad like, it's a lot of stuff going on. And I just feel like it's a lot. And I want to, you know, go cold turkey. And that was just me just being immature. I was 19 at the time. I was just overthinking everything. Just exaggerating, child. But I felt serious in the moment, so I just know that it wasn't meant to happen. I just stopped texting my dad out of nowhere. I was arguing so bad to the point where I just passed out. I woke up in the bed the next morning to the police knocking at the door. My dad had found out where we stayed at. He never came to our house before. So the police talked to me or whatever. This woman comes up in there and she's just like, maybe you should go talk to someone. Like, maybe you should talk to a therapist or something. Which I'm just like, no, I don't need therapy or nothing like that. I just was in my feelings. They tell me I need to go talk to somebody. And I'm like, no, I have a whole life. I got work tomorrow. I'm not finna go with y'all and talk to no therapist or nothing. But my dad was like, I feel like it'll be a good idea. Maybe they can help you. So I go and tell those people that I'll go with them. I said, well, I'll be back by the end of the day because I work tomorrow. Get up there. I go talk to the woman or whatever. She asked me, so how are you feeling? Are you feeling suicidal? I was like, I did at some point, but I don't feel like I'm going to do anything to myself. That's all she heard. That woman closed up that book and went in that office and came back and told me, we're going to keep you here. I said, no, I can't stay here. I said, I'm not crazy. I have a whole life. I have a job to go to tomorrow. I can't. No, ma'am. Hell no. Are you crazy? Y'all said that y'all just want to talk. Hold on. I was gagged. I was gagged boots. What y'all would have did? And it's the police right there. Like, there was nothing I could do. But I'm going to tell y'all what saved me. Because I was submitted in there. They took my phone. They took everything. I was in there with a gown on. In the absolute cold. Up in there with people banging their heads up against the wall. They giving us crackers. What type? My thing is, if this is a place for people who need help, that shit was like a prison. Crackers for snacks. These aren't criminals. That was very questionable. But the woman, she didn't listen to nothing I had to say. All she heard me say was that I was suicidal at one point, and she submitted me into that place. I'm like, I feel like you can tell a suicidal person. And as calm as I was and compliant as I was, I'm not crazy. I'm just in love. I can't help that. I was being dramatic and it backfired. But what got me up out of there, I saw a woman that was sitting at the desk and she was like, "You don't look like you're supposed to be here." And I was like, "That's because I'm not supposed to be here." She was like, "You know you can get up out of here, right?" I was like, "I can. Just get them to interview you again and you can get out." The other woman said that I couldn't get out. There's some slick ass people in this world. That's crazy. Let me sound like real quick. Hello? What's up? Bar, you ready? Alright. I'm up. I'm sitting up. Alright.